I'm Ryan Durbin from RD Ceramics, located in Highland Heights, Kentucky.
And I'm Becca Otis with Five Lines Pottery, and I'm located in Statesville, North Carolina. And welcome to Wheel Talk. Recording.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to figure out how to turn the recording off at the end of this, aren't I?
Yeah, you will. We are
Oh,
live.
great.
Thank you, Becca, for starting that.
We're live.
We're back with a friend.
hi, friends.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for
Hi.
third appearance on here.
Mm-hmm. Third appearance.
Wow.
Erica
Three times
Kilroy
the
is
charm.
back. I was like, Erica, you've been on here once before, right? And she was like, no, actually, I've been on here twice. You forgot about this other one. I kind of
Yeah.
space on the one where we drive back from Ensika in the car,
Oh
and we're
yeah.
doing a. So I think Becca, were you in that car too, or it was Erica, Jessica, myself, or was
And
it just
me.
and Becca? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to remember exactly which year and stuff, but yeah, Erica's been around a bit. Welcome back.
Absolutely. DJ
Hell yeah.
Kilroy in the house.
uh, Erica, you have a story to tell.
I do.
Mhm.
In all
No, okay, so
seriousness.
wait. We should probably start with the fact that Erica was Ryan's assistant
Mm.
in the studio for a lot of years, and now she's not because she abandoned her post.
She did.
Yeah, I
And
get bad.
Otherwise,
no,
she
it's
would be
okay.
sitting right next to me on this call.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she would, but she abandoned her post and she moved to Cleveland. Nothing. I've never done that, like ever.
Never ever.
She gave
That,
notice though. It wasn't like, see ya.
yeah.
Yeah.
She gave
You want
ample
me to do like
notice.
a little brief overview of what happened?
Yeah, we would love that.
Okay. All right. So I was with Ryan for 4.5 years. And things were going fantastic, and then I ruined everything by quitting. No, I'm just kidding. No, my family's all up in Cleveland. I grew up in the Cleveland area. I moved down to Cincinnati for my full time job when I first got out of college, and I think I'm at the point where I just want to be closer to my immediate family, and driving back and forth to see my nieces and nephews and the rest of my family. It's like harder. It was getting harder and harder.
Yeah.
And I had some pretty intense illness issues and health issues back in January that led me into the hospital a few times, and it put a lot of things into perspective as to like me putting things off, just to stay in the comfort of the consistency of what I was dealing with. And it's been a huge transition, leaving not only like non pottery friends behind, but obviously my very close and loving relationship with Ryan and Rachel behind.
Mm.
And that's been really hard, but they've been so supportive and so helpful as I start this new chapter. So,
Great. Now you're gonna tell us everything you hate about Ryan.
okay, so
No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. We don't hate Ryan at all.
we love Ryan. The funny thing is that it was like my second to last day, or maybe my last day. He goes, now here, this is your one opportunity to tell me, is there anything that's been pissing you off about the studio?
I
And
didn't
I'm
say
like,
it that bluntly, but I was like,
yeah,
hey, if you could change anything, like for the sake of the future studio assistants and other people that have to be in this space, is there anything you recommend that I address or fix that has been like bugging the shit out of you? Or like,
Your music taste?
and
yeah.
no, I said, I'm so glad you asked. I have three specific things.
And honestly, I should probably have done this like yearly. Been like, all right, we're at the end of a year. Like, what needs to be fixed? Rather than waiting until she leaves and be like, hey, what could have made your experience here better?
it
Yeah.
was it was amazing no matter what. I literally was just being so picky because I mean, like, I always feel like I could just tell you whatever is on my mind, so like I wasn't worried about it.
And you could have. I
Yeah,
didn't
I could
have
have.
to
I just
ask
like
you,
did it
but I was
until
like, exit interview ish.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
like, what should these other people? What can you have them? What can you take off their plate?
yeah. I will say that the Becca the music thing though, is that I agree with most of his music tastes except the country. And he doesn't even play it in front of me.
Honestly, we never listened to country together.
We've never listened to it. I made him listen to K-pop a few times, and then I started seeing a therapist and stopped listening to K-pop. So,
Okay, we need to go into that. What the fuck is up with that?
Is that related? Were they like, wait, how much K-pop are you listening to on a weekly basis?
Are
Okay,
you trying to hide your feelings with K-pop? Like,
it's definitely like a dopamine release because they're like so like I don't it was like way associated with like
because they're
emotional
so cute.
yeah, and I was just like, I don't know what's going on. This is fun.
I
wait,
don't
did
need
they actually
alcohol. I need
recommend you to stop
K-pop.
listening to K-pop, or was it just like putting things into perspective of where it fits into?
Yeah, I mean, like I shouldn't say like I started seeing a therapist and that it fixed me, but like because like that was a long process and I'm still in it. Shout out Kristen. But the yeah, I over the last year, I feel like I've become a little bit more emotionally regulated, and I definitely stopped listening to K-pop as much. Like I'm gonna be surprised if it's a genre that even ranks on my Spotify Wrap this year. Yeah, that's how serious it is. It's crazy, actually.
Yeah, you weren't just casually listening. Like you would go to events and things that were like you would go
Yeah,
to concerts and things.
yeah. Like I would go to like when BTS would do like their screening at AMC movie theaters for like different random things. I would go. Like I would go by myself too, which is crazy.
Hmm.
No, it's not.
It's
Okay,
not
first of
crazy.
all, that's
I
not
just,
crazy.
Well,
I
that was
just.
at a movie theater. I feel like you've also gone to some music festivals and stuff by yourself.
Oh yeah, I literally went to Lollapalooza when J Hope from BTS was headlining Lollapalooza. I flew in within a 2 hour range of when he was going to be on stage, got in, dropped my stuff off at the hotel across the street, walked in, saw his set, went back to the hotel, fell asleep. Next morning, woke up and left. Like I literally, that was I did that.
It
That's
was
hardcore.
alcohol for you. That's
Mhm.
wild.
Yeah, yeah. It's like sort of like it was definitely a coping mechanism. That's for sure.
Yeah, interesting. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
All
Really
right,
not.
besides the music. But we never, I almost intentionally did that because I'm like, I don't want to make anybody suffer through this because I know that I like listening to 90s country or Luke Combs or whatever.
Well, if we were to put on
But like,
Shania
I'm not going to be
on
like, oh, I
over.
know she doesn't, or Shania Twain. Like, I like Shania. I think you could deal with Shania Twain, but
Oh, I know that album front and back. So
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah. If you don't, I don't know if I trust
speaking
you.
of,
Shania Twain is the exception.
have you
Yeah,
listened to her new album? Because
I
not a
haven't
fan.
I've heard it's
really.
terrible.
I need some nostalgia Shania Twain. Like this highly um
Why are you so opposed to her reinventing herself, Ryan?
I don't know. It's not my Shania Twain.
You know what? Fair. She should come out in a leopard bodysuit, and then I'd be like, this is the Shania I know.
But you know what's coming? What's coming is going to be a tour. There's going to be a tour, and Rachel and I will probably go to it.
Yep.
But like
Yeah.
yeah, 2 to 3 albums, and that's about it for me for Shania. But
Yeah, mine is strictly come on over. Like,
Come on over,
nope,
baby.
that's not the right one.
I don't care. Come on over, baby. I don't care. I don't listen to Shania Twain.
what? I
I
gotta go.
used to.
I'm just
I
kidding.
used to.
She doesn't now. It's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, what are you doing next? What's next? What's the plan? What's the plan, Sam? Do you have a plan? If you don't, that's fine.
I like kind of don't have a plan. So uh, I am at the point where I'm like, I'm gonna get everything set up here as much as possible. I moved in with my best friend Emily and her husband Chad. They live on the first floor and I live on the second floor, which is super cool. So I'm just like getting myself reestablished here, trying to like get my home set up first. And then we had talked about setting up a studio in the basement for me to be able to like have a section for me, which is
Mhm.
so nice. I'm very, very thankful for that. So I think once I get that set up, then I'll try to reevaluate I think if we're talking like long-term goals for the pottery aspect of things, I'd love to get into like the more of the magnet stuff because I loved doing those. I love handing them out to people. Like I know I should probably sell them, obviously, but like I love giving them to people. Like my hot dog magnets at Antica this year. I would just say like, or my pairs of pants that I had because I had little pairs of jeans.
Hmm.
Like, would you like a pair of pants or a hot dog? And then like
Yeah, that's a good conversation starter.
they look at me like,
Yeah.
what? So I love doing that. So I feel like I have to keep finding like little things that make me smile, and then I'm gonna make them into magnets, and like, or just like I can expand upon that in other ways. But I'm gonna start
What
off.
about what about a regular job? Like, have you?
That's a great question.
Okay, okay. I know. I'm curious about you, not just in the pottery realm, but in the whole realm.
Hmm.
Oh, that's so nice. Okay.
Because she literally just got moved in yesterday. So
Yeah.
the big hurdle was getting out of her old place and getting like a new homestead in
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Cleveland.
I've
So
applied it in a couple different places. Job market is not great. I definitely did this at a very interesting time.
Mm.
Making a lot of interesting choices these days. But
Don't I know it?
um, it's okay. I am working on figuring that out. There's a couple things that have come across my desk that I'm reviewing right now. But luckily, I've been very supported by my friends and family. So regardless of if I can find a full time job, I'm addicted to working. And that's also part of this non-answer that I'm giving you is that I'm trying to intentionally take time to not work because I've worked forever and I always minimum had 2 jobs just for fun, like because I
Right.
don't know how to relax. Um, so I really want to try to figure out how I feel when I'm not working. And then hopefully by the time I figure that out, I'll have already had interviews and had a new job lined up. So
Or you just could become like a full-time influencer, like put one of those stories on Instagram or TikTok and be like, I have to pay off my wife's debt of $55,000 and
mhm.
even though you don't have a wife,
I am the wife. I'm
you
I'm
are the
married to
wife.
I'm married to the game.
That's right. And I've seen a lot of those recently. There's been a lot of I have to pay off this debt, help me pay off this debt. There was only one that I really enjoyed, and that was this husband, and he started lip syncing all really funny songs. And he
I love
dressed up in a bee costume and did I'm a bee, I'm a bee, I'm a bee. It was great. I'll send it to you later.
to
Anyway.
see it. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about like if I wanted to start doing content again because I was doing that as part of my previous like full-time job. Like that was part of my job description. Was managing the social media accounts for them, and I really liked it. I liked that aspect. Obviously, it's going to be presented in a different way because it's like corporate versus like a personal business account
Hmm.
situation. So I feel like I would love to explore that. I just have to figure out. I want to come up with like a really interesting video concept that I could just continue on, so that way the structure is at least the same. So that way I don't have to think of new concepts every single time. Um, One of the things that I had thought about that I think would be cool to do, especially like trying to get myself reestablished like as a maker, is I've been saving all of these videos on Instagram for like inspiration for different things to try, like different like forms that are just like non-traditional. And I've been thinking about just like using that as like I'm trying to figure out my pottery voice. Like here's an idea that I found online, and here's the creator, and then like tag the creator who made it, and then
Hmm.
like show the process of how I put my own spin on it.
Hmm.
So
Mm.
so hopefully
Yeah.
I'm
If
thinking
you do that, I would get permission first from the creator.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because they could be like, fuck you, bitch. Like,
And it's
I
probably
didn't approve
something
this.
like that they've they haven't even created themselves. Like I'm thinking like a travel
Yeah.
tumbler. It's like I really love this person's travel tumbler, and it's like so many people have been making travel tumblers. This is my spin on travel tumbler, but I saw this person's, and it really inspired me to give it a go. You know?
Yeah, one of like a couple of them have been like different combinations of like chip and dip bowls where it's like the dip bowl is like attached to the chip bowl. And
Hmm.
like I feel like I've seen that so many different times and I have so many of those saved, but I want one for my own house. So like I'm
Yeah,
gonna take it regardless, but like,
yeah,
There's this guy at Speedball that every time I talk to him, he was like, I really want a chip and dip bowl. And he works in the lab, and so he has access to like glazes and stuff. And he's like, I don't even need it to be glazed. I just want a chip and dip bowl. And and it's like if I described him to you, you would be like, what the fuck? It's like you can tell that he goes like he barbecues a lot and goes hunting on the weekends, and he like has a lunchbox that's an igloo cooler, and like all he wants is his motherfucking chip and salsa
yeah.
platter.
Is that what he eats for lunch? He has a lot of chips and dip.
I don't know. I don't really like I don't work really close to him, but I've been I think I'll probably make him one.
yeah, I think you would love that.
Like I'll probably make it for him and then he can glaze it because I know that he would prefer to glaze it, you know?
Oh yeah, and then he could pick out his colors and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
he wants to be
he's
involved in the process. That's why he
well,
doesn't
yeah,
want it
but
glazed.
Mm.
yeah, exactly. Like he wants to glaze it. So, yeah, but anyway, I totally get it. But yeah. Anyway, I don't know why I said that
Hmm.
about the chip and dip, but here
Because
we
chip
are.
dip,
I
it's
made,
versatile.
I feel like it was like in college or after college, I made a few of those single part ones where you have the center bowl and then you have the bigger bowl outside of it and it's all one piece.
Hmm.
I kind of
Yeah.
like doing that. I still actually have one down in my bisque shelf that Erica's probably pushed me to try to get glazed,
Well, if you want to send it to
but
North
has yet to be
Carolina,
glazed.
if you want to send it to North Carolina, a man named Tim would love it.
I could be I could be
Probably
something.
break in transit. I might need to hand it off to you, Becca, when we meet, and then
Exactly.
I can do
That was
that.
like one of the things I told him he needs to do is get rid of the bits and bobs shelf at the bottom of the bisque shelf of all
Ah,
the.
fuck that shelf.
The
Everybody
two
has that shelf.
shelves.
Fuck that shelf.
I have
I
two
know.
shelves.
Just glaze it. Get it off there.
Glaze it, sell it all for $5.
Put it in the pot in the art bus.
In the art buzz,
Yeah.
yeah, I did glaze a batch of it after Erica said that. So they're coming out of the glaze kiln now and getting them sanded. So I was thinking I was going to need some of that inventory to put in the new gallery to fill it
Hmm.
out because I'm worried about
Shut the
the amount of
fuck
space.
up, Ryan.
So I'm like, I'll put some stuff in there, or I'll put it in the art bus if I don't like it, or I actually have an idea for this really big one that I hand built like 8 years ago, and I
Mm.
think I could use it for the B cups when I take them to shows, and I don't have a way to stake them in the ground. I think I can just glaze that and just stick all the B cups in that.
In
That's so
sand
Do you
or
smart.
know what I'm
something.
talking about, Erica? It's the really tall one that's like
Yeah.
14 or 16 inches tall.
Yeah. I think that's smart. My face dropped because I was like making. My face was reflecting the thoughts that I was having. Like that is genius. Why didn't we do that earlier?
Yeah, so
You got to
get
clear
the
that stuff off.
need
Though.
to clear. Yeah, I need to. It needs to be like a yearly thing for everybody. I think. Go to that best shelf and either smash it or
Mhm.
glaze it. Honestly, I'm fine with smashing it.
I was gonna say it should be like
Oh,
a post Christmas thing because then like at that point everybody would have had their shelves cleared off anyway because of markets and stuff. January is sort of a slow time for people, and so use that as your like. I'm just gonna do whatever I feel like doing, and I'm gonna glaze it however I want to glaze it without the pressure of feeling like I need to sell it
Hmm.
because the high sale volumes are done.
and then do mystery boxes in January and call them shitty pot. Shitty
Yes.
pot mystery boxes. Shitty pot mystery boxes where the glaze might suck, the pot might suck, but guess what? It's $5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
it's
and you're
functional.
and you're getting something that I made.
You could
Bam.
literally sell it for $5 plus shipping and you would feel like you won.
Mm-hmm. Hard
Except,
agree.
Becca, how would you feel about getting 12, 20 orders of that and having to ship that?
I would box them up all first.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Box them up all first and say like I have 20 of these, go.
I don't even know what's in them. I already bought, yeah,
Yeah.
they're ready to go. I'm just
Yeah.
sticking a label on it. That's a good idea.
And like make them so unbelievably cheap that like it can't be refused.
Hmm.
I like it. And then
Yeah.
we end up with those pots that the glaze runs a little bit more, so it's stuck to the shelf, and then you got to grind it or sand it, or
Yeah.
like it needs more attention. And those go on a different shelf that are kind of stuck up there. And I
Hmm.
just took a few of those to put in the art bus here soon, so we're, we're working on it, but it needs to be more intentional. It's always an afterthought.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
Erica,
got
what kind of jobs are you like looking at?
Yeah.
all different things. So anywhere between like digital platform coordinator to marketing positions to communications positions to like office administration positions. I'm kind of like going all over just because at my previous job, I wore so many hats, and I wore so many different department hats as well. So I was doing anything from like being involved in employment verifications, like for the HR and payroll side of things, to the social media thing that I told you guys about, to doing I taught ServeSafe, so like doing training. Um,
Yeah.
What is
you
that? Is
know,
that in restaurant safety stuff?
So yeah, so you're not doing it. You're not doing the training in restaurant, but you're going to like a classroom and basically reading a book front to back about temperatures and practices that make a kitchen safe, and cleaning procedures, and just like pretty much everything that you can think of when it comes to making a restaurant safe for food to be in. And it's a requirement for, I think it's all restaurant establishments in the United States, but it's definitely a requirement in Ohio and Kentucky for managers who are like by themselves in the restaurant with people who are not manager certified. They must have that certification. Like it can't just be like the general manager. It has to be every single manager that is left alone in the
Mm.
restaurant has to have it.
Right.
So, um, so yeah, so I've been teaching that for 5 years now. So like big time experience with teaching and training.
Hmm.
And then I was doing like event coordination. So I was doing in-store events with like our communities, whether that's like charities or it's like families coming in to have like a family game night, or I also did like marketing promotions for like meal deals and stuff like that. So like for anybody who's listening, if you don't know, I worked at McDonald's owner operator in the Cincinnati area, and I worked with 19 locations. Um, so one of our things that we did recently was I created and did all the materials for, and then did all the reporting for a $2.50 meal deal with a McChicken and small fry for the 250th anniversary for Fourth of July situation thing.
Hmm.
And that was not like a regional thing, that was specific to our organization. So I had to like as much as I could drive around to each of the restaurants, put up the signage, do all the pricing. Like it was a very involved process. I had a great team that I worked with on some of that stuff, but majority of it was on me. So like those types of things. you
And are
know
those like asked of you of like, hey, we need to do something for this, and you have to come up with a solution and options that are available, and then you kind of present them, and then
yeah.
they say, I like this one, I like that one, figure it out, and your head you're leading the whole project kind of from start
Yeah.
to finish, and then they're kind of just giving thumbs up or thumbs down on certain things.
Yeah, basically. So we reformatted this program about a year ago, where we were doing two small events and one big event every single month. And whether that's like I'm going out to the Ronald McDonald House and cooking dinner with a team of some of our managers, or like we were doing a food drive or whatever, that could be like the outside style events,
Hmm.
or it could be like a family game night or an ice cream social, or like a meal deal promotion, or on pie day we did a pie deal, Like it was just like a multitude of different things, and I had this giant list of ideas, and we would just pull from that giant list of ideas and then develop it for each month. So then I also had like a monthly planner where I like specified these are the three that I think would work best in this month, and then
Yeah.
if people didn't like it, then we would switch it out with a different idea. Um, like one of the things that I was going to be working on, but I'm no longer employed there, was we were going to do, if you remember Book It from Pizza
Oh,
Hut.
yes.
Yeah, so we were going
Book
to do,
it. I had to look up that if that was still a thing these days, and I think it still is. You just don't have a physical thing that you're. I think it's a digital thing, but
yeah, it's like you like librarian signs off in a different way these days. But so it's
mhm.
basically you read 10 books as like a little kid, and either your teacher or your librarian signs off that you did it, and then you take it into for normal Book It, it's Pizza Hut, but for us it would have been a McDonald's. You get a free Happy Meal, you know.
Mm,
So we were trying to figure that out logistically. So that would have been like another program. I hope they do. I really hope they still do that because I think that's a really great program for the kids of Cincinnati.
rejuvenate Book It.
Yeah,
I wonder
absolutely.
how
Hell
many
yeah.
personal pan pizzas I got
Yeah,
from Pizza Hut from that. I mean,
God, so many.
yes, man, honestly, and then that cements you in Pizza Hut land as a
oh
kid,
yeah,
and then you're bought into Pizza Hut for like
Ever.
as an adult. So it's
yeah.
like, yeah, I love Pizza Hut because I remember Book It. So it's like, I mean,
It's
it's a good
literally the
marketing
best
thing.
marketing they could
Yes.
have ever done.
Yeah, because you built that loyalty from as a child. Because honestly, anytime I see like the pan pizza that's like super buttery and crunchy and crispy, I always think of Pizza Hut. I'm always going to think of Pizza Hut with that. And like
Yeah.
ours was centered around the Cavaliers because I grew up in the Cleveland area, so the Cleveland Cavaliers partnered with the Book It project with Pizza Hut in our area, and it was the Read to Achieve program. And then if you got to like a certain amount, then you got a Cavaliers themed Read to Achieve backpack as part of it.
Ooh.
So yeah, that was huge. Cleveland Pride is huge up here.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that all those kind of situations sounds like project management, program coordinator,
Mm-hmm.
um,
I hope
program
somebody's listening
lead.
to this. I want somebody to listen to this. I want you to get a job off of
People
them
hearing this,
listening
yeah.
to this.
Oh, I know somebody. I know somebody in Cleveland. They're hiring for this and that.
Or if you know somebody that's can work remote and you just
Yeah.
need like the best fucking employee, boom.
Yeah, I know people probably think of me as like a personality hire, and yes, I am a wonderful personality hire, but I am extremely workaholic personality. Like I can't stop. And
You
Ryan knows
couldn't have
that.
worked in Ryan's studio if you weren't.
Yeah.
True.
I I literally had a crisis thinking about leaving him. Like it was bad. It was a bad time. But that's okay. We're still friends, and that's all that matters.
Yes, we are.
That's
So
hilarious.
yeah, if anybody's listening and you have a really cool job that has an
Yeah, it's
opening,
plus
hire
it's
me.
plus being in a job so long, I think you kind of inherit other role like they know what they can trust you with, and then they just
Mm.
kind of give it to you of like, hey, she can handle this. Let's give her this. And in a way, it's good because it makes you well-rounded of like what you can tackle and what challenges you can address. And then in some ways, it probably burns you out a little bit because you have so much on your plate.
Hmm.
But hopefully that allows you to be more marketable to others that are looking for. Because I mean, everybody needs to be pretty agile with what they're asked to do. I think that's a good skills to have.
Yeah, I honestly, the like true joy that I got from all of this was the fact that I had to be adaptable. Like I love constantly changing, even though it's all the same. Every structurally year by year, it's all the same. It was all the same at least in theory. And but it just it was so different in the experience level on the day to day that it did feel like okay, I'm kind of improving a little bit to try to find these solutions and you know every problem that arose at some point was repetitive of a different problem that we had had in the past. So it was just like learning from those things and applying them to the new problems. Like it was, I did love that aspect a lot. So, and it's, if I could find something that allows me to be a little bit more adaptable and a little bit more free flowing with what I'm doing, I feel like that would where I'd be the most successful. But I don't know what that looks like right now for me. So
You cut out there for a second, but
That's okay.
Yeah.
She was still talking, so I think
no.
yeah.
Okay.
No, you just said you want to be
okay.
more adaptable. You want to find something that's more adaptable.
Okay, I'm so sorry. All new, but
No, you're great.
I'm amazed.
the whole podcast is ruined.
See you guys. Good night, everybody. I might switch you to my hotspot on my phone, so that way we are 100% certain.
Okay.
So how much was the like working in the studio? I feel like the studio tasks were pretty varied too. Maybe they got a little bit more same, but
She's still there?
She's kind of bouncing. Hold on a second.
If she like did the hotspot, there's a good chance that she like dipped out and she'll have to come back in.
Yeah.
So hopefully, but she worked in corporate, so she knows how to do that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry. You said how much was the, and then it cut out completely. Oh
how
my
much?
God.
How much did you feel like the studio was kind of an adaptable day to day, or was it pretty controlled on like what you'd be asked to do? I feel like it might probably varied over the years, but
Yeah, I'd say like I mean we pretty much kept it to like if like a certain amount of categories of things that I was doing. So I mean to that extent I kind of assumed like at the end of every time I was there I was like okay next time I'm probably going to be doing X, Y, and Z. So I like already kind of could predict what we were doing. I think it's also just because I feel like sometimes like and when you're in the studio, like I feel like I could read your mind. So like I know what you're gonna be doing and like what you want me to do and how you want things done and all that stuff. So but there was a few times, not a few times, a lot of times, I'd say 50-50, where I would walk in and I would be thinking, okay, I need to do X, Y, and Z. Like I'm mixing this glaze today or I'm glazing whatever or whatever I'm doing. And then you're like, we're going to do this actually. I'm like, oh, okay, great. Sounds good.
yeah, I think it takes a lot of experience in just being in like I write a list so you know what's on the list. Normally you would have a list. So you would go in expecting a certain thing. How close was it to the list that I wrote? And then you can kind of gauge your expectation of how right am I with my guessing.
Yeah.
And then that kind of contours to what you can expect in the future. So yeah, it takes a lot of experience in like knowing and like looking at stuff like that to predict for future outcomes. Sometimes I would just be like, oh shit, like this thing came up or this thing needs to take priority because I haven't worked enough on this. I mean, it's such a long process from start to finish on these pieces. So I'm like, oh, like we need to actually get this done first. That's a higher priority. So
yeah, there would be times where like if you were recording or you were at like a Clay Alliance meeting or if you were just like out and about doing whatever, and like you had a list, I would like even if you didn't like say like this is the priority or whatever, I would be able to look at it and be like, okay, I know that this is probably going to be the order of operations, even though it's like not like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just like a bullet point list, and because I'm sure there's plenty of times where you're just like kind of like word vomiting onto the paper of like, okay, this needs to get done at some point. This needs to happen. This needs to happen. So I was talking to Helena a little bit about this when I was driving her back after the other day when we were at the Spectacle House, and like I was talking about like how thankful I am that you have her and Ashley, and like I'm looking forward to like seeing how your guys' relationships bloom over the coming years because I'm hoping they stay with you for a long time. And she was just like, yeah, it's crazy to watch you and Ryan interact with one another because it just kind of feels like you just like naturally know what the other person is going to do, whatever. And I think that just comes with exposure and time and the
Mhm.
and the friendship, you know,
Mhm. Absolutely. The
And the alcohol.
and the alcohol.
the outings of like not being in the studio together as well. And I think it
And
also helped because over the that whole time you worked a day job, so you were in the studio at night when I was in the studio. So we spent so much more time in the same place together rather than, you know, somebody else working during my day job where we're not physically in the same space. We don't have those kind of organic things that come up and you conversate and you catch up on each other's lives and whatever it may be. And early on, I was like, oh man, it's going to be a challenge because she's going to take time away from me focusing on me, my studio time,
mm-hmm.
because it's limited. But then you become accustomed to it and then you come to expect it and you're like, oh, like we're going to catch up, but we're also going to like get in the groove. And then I feel like you kind of feed off one another to kind of hit your like focus period and you kind of like work well. And then also you're developing the friendship and all that stuff that is hard to like put like value on or like the like how do you get to the point where you're so comfortable with one another?
Yeah, I also think it helped that I came in and was just like, "Would you like to hear all of the gossip that I heard at work today?"
Yes. Yes.
I was like, "I'll tell you all the crazy things that you want to hear ever." Like,
Yes.
I'm
And
gonna
I
let it
don't really
rip.
have any gossip ever to tell. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't have that much.
Do you want to hear about how the cats fought today? And I'm like, "Yeah, I do."
Yes.
Hey, it's Taylor here from Backyard Kiln to tell you again how amazing my L&L kiln is. I bought it secondhand out of someone's carport with no idea if it even worked, and I learned to replace the elements and the controller and the thermocouples and install a vent system all from their free video support library. They've designed these kilns to be so user-serviceable, it doesn't take a whole lot of know-how or any fancy tools. I had never touched a kiln before, and I was able to do basic maintenance just after watching some videos. And if I ever had a question or wasn't sure what to do, I just emailed or called their customer service line, and they were able to help me right away. Even now, they still help me out for free, even though it is a super old kiln, like older than my teenager, and still working perfectly, unlike my teenager. You know, the kiln does not complain, and it does what I ask it to the first time. Anyway, if you are thinking about buying a kiln or upgrading the one you have, definitely consider L&L. They are all I want to use for the rest of my pottery career. Check them out at hotkilns.com. That's HOTKILNS.com. Okay, back to the show.
My favorite thing, I mean, I don't have anything to add to how beautiful your guys' relationship is because I can't. but I don't know if anybody, like, if you can't tell who Erica is from the beginning of this podcast and the last two that we've done, whatever. One time, and also I'm still trying to get you a job. One time, I gave Erica I gave her a, a consultation and we did a trade and she brought this like homemade meal to Ryan's house and like half cooked it prior and then did a whole cooking show and then put the recipe on a piece of paper and the paper was like nice. It was like
This was not the standard 24 weight paper.
it was like stationery paper.
And I made a special design on Canva for it.
You
I
did.
still
I
have
remember. I think we still have it.
And we like sat in your kitchen, Ryan's kitchen, and she like walked through how to do everything, and then we all sat down and ate.
I was like, okay, she is going to be teaching me like all this stuff I need to teach back. Like if this is going to be a fair trade, I need to teach back.
Like I know
All
you
I
wanted the
wanted
food.
was a meal.
The food. You're getting a meal and an experience. You're getting the whole kit and caboodle here.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I'm gonna Emerald Live this. Like,
Bam.
you get chicken and mashed potatoes. You get chicken and mashed potatoes. You get chicken and mashed potatoes.
It was fucking so great. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that because I don't know anybody that wouldn't laugh at that story.
I do
Well,
remember that. I didn't remember that's what it was from, that it was a trade situation from the
Yeah.
consultation.
yeah, I have the disease where I want to feed people and I want to like have like fun while I'm doing it, like put on like a little performance while I'm doing it. And that the performance aspect comes from my dad and the feeding people comes from my mom. So like if you've ever like obviously I've stayed with you guys for NCICA multiple times, but I'm like, okay, what are we doing
Yes.
for planning for food? Who is going to be around for dinner? Do we want me to cook? Do we want me to make snacks? Should I research restaurants in the area?
Exactly. That's Erica
You
to a
should
T.
have been in hospitality, truly. You should have.
Yeah, I'm like kind of good at it, honestly. Like low key brag, like
It kind of sounds like, I don't know if you've ever did you ever talk to Nico about what she did for work in restaurants? Because it kind of sounded like that, where she was kind of like hospitality with with like events that like corporate events would come in and they needed that kind of personal touch.
Okay, I'll have to talk to her
I
because
think that's kind of what it sounds like when you're talking about this side of it with the
yeah.
entertaining stuff.
Honestly, when I talk to the pottery people, like I'm like scared to ask anything outside of the pottery stuff because sometimes like some people like that's like it's all pottery, which is great. Like it's incredible that people are able to like just have just pottery, you know. But
Yeah,
like
they like sleep with little clay under their pillows and like,
yeah, exactly. They inhale the silica dust, and it's instead of getting silicosis, it's just like part of them, you know.
yeah, capital P. Those are capital P Potters.
Yeah, capital P Potters, and I still struggle because like I'm still doing like everybody does it for funsies, but like truly was just doing it for funsies, like for the friendship and the hee hee ha ha of it all.
Hmm.
Um, so it's just it's sometimes I feel like I'm like I'm just here. Hey, let's you want to be friends? And then I don't know how else to move on from that. Like,
Yeah.
but I really need to start asking people more about their stories about like either like the outside of the pottery life or like before the pottery life, like what that was like for them. Because I feel like that would be really insightful for the rest of my journey in this community.
I
So
think it really like the medium attracts so many different skills, like what people do in their day job. I think it's kind of cool to just know that they're a ceramic artist or whatever, and then you're like, oh, I found out that you do this, like, or you were in this profession for a long time or whatever. It's
mhm.
like, oh, like how do they connect? And then you can kind of see, oh, like, and I can see how that attention to detail and that hospitality and that customer service side of it reflects in how you talk about your work or how you share, like show up in your booth or whatever. Like I can see that part of your personality and your skills reflected.
Yeah. I feel like I get like really scared. I feel very intimidated by my lack of experience, even though I have lots of experience now. But I feel like my lack of art background and lack of technical skill, like from like an education perspective, um, holds me back. And I know that that's like a limiting belief in my own way. But like there will be times where people will be talking very very technical processes to me, and I'm sure like there are certain things that I've done for you that allow me to have the same speak back. But like when people are talking to me about chemistry and like understanding like how to work a kiln other than like literally turning it on and watching you program it, I don't know anything about kilns, you know.
Yeah.
So like I don't know anything about like the cooling processes, which I mean I'm going to learn as I develop my own stuff on the side. But um, that is I my background is more so like I just literally fell into it. And when I do find the people who literally just fell into it, I feel like I vibe really great with them. And then I really am just I struggle a little bit sometimes with the technical processes of things and the conversations with that. So
I think to an extent you don't necessarily like I don't necessarily know that much about the technical side either. I'm like I think you learn the most from just doing the thing, and then you run into issues, and maybe there's a chemical reason why it's doing the certain thing,
mm-hmm.
but there's so many things you can adjust with the variables of like, okay, maybe this variable is a reason why this problem's happening, or like, I don't know. I think there's so much to learn in this process as being an artist and also the business side of it that like you're always going to have things that you don't know.
Yeah, that's so true.
And a lot of it you're not going to figure out until you do it and practice it a lot and kind of flex that muscle little by little. And
yeah. Also, like, this is just a PSA for anybody who's ever talked technical to me. If I looked like I was following what was happening, I wasn't.
Oh, if she was nodding her head and smiling, completely lost.
Yeah, so lost. Unless I'm like talking back to you about the exact same thing, no clue.
So
did you learn
I
that
had
from corporate speak? Like, did
Oh
you
yeah, that's
Yeah.
improv skills right there. That's corporate improv. I and you forever.
I had this physical therapist who she like nods and smiles when you're talking about something, and then if you ask like, "Oh, do you know what that is?" she'd be like, "No, not at all."
Nice.
And that's you. That's definitely you.
Did
But
you
the
ever
thing-
ask her like why do you nod and smile if it makes it sound like you're following what I'm saying?
No.
Maybe it's a
She's a physical therapist. It's fine.
oh, okay.
Well,
She's just
mine-
being polite.
I love
Yeah.
listening to people yap. Like, I'm a yapper. I mean, we all know this.
Mhm.
I yap till I'm
You be yapping.
I be yapping. And if you want to yap at me about something that you know things about, I'm all ears. I want to hear it. That's honestly why I know so much about hockey these days, is because I just like let my nephew and my brother-in-law tell me things. And I love hearing it. And so then I got into it because of them, because they be yapping back, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, and you got to show interest in what they're interested in because that's how you build a connection with them. Even though you're like, I don't really know that much about hockey, but like
And I love
I
them.
can learn about it, and they get excited about telling you about it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something that you like? Is there something that when you went into like working for Ryan, you were like, okay, blah 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 blah, and then you like learned something and or picked up a skill that you never thought you would have gotten from Ryan?
Oh, so many things, I think.
But like pick like some notable ones.
I would say being so in tune with a product like the Speedball Underglazes, like that, I would have never have thought that I was able to just like shake a I would like shake a bottle and like truly like understand it just by like either feeling it in the bottle or like watching it slosh back and forth, you know? Like
Yeah. That's so
crazy.
specific. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I would have like that's crazy to have even thought that was in a sight line for perspective opportunity there, you know? So that on a technical talk about talking technical.
You call that a subject matter expert. You're a SME in
I'm a little bit of
Speedball
a
Underglazes.
baby. Where's my Captain Hook? I'm your SME. Okay.
Wait, is that a real thing? That's me?
Subject that stands for subject matter expert.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, so Erica is a subject matter expert in Speedball Underglazes.
Thank you.
There you go.
Very much. If you're this is a podcast. I realize it's not a visual thing. I was putting my peace sign up and posing. Anyway, so yeah, so like if we're talking technical, you know, there's that. The other thing is that I was very intimidated in a studio, no matter whether it was like a community studio or just like when I first started with him. I feel like I was really struggling with like my spatial awareness and trying to just like relax in a space that like I'm learning in and working in. And so I feel like that obviously changed for big time over a long period of time. But even in a short period of time, I was also like a person that was afraid to make like comments or make questions to make it sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, because I want to make sure that people have confidence within me. And I mean, up until literally like a month ago, I was still asking random stupid questions because I no longer have that fear to expose myself as somebody who doesn't know what's going on, you know? So I feel like that has changed me fundamentally from starting with Ryan. And that was probably about a month or two in. That's when I started realizing like if I don't ask these questions, it could have a domino effect on his business. And like obviously incrementally when it comes to like piece by piece, but I mean things add up. So I was thinking like on the larger scale of things, if I don't ask this, or if I don't clarify to make sure that I have it exactly how he wants it, then there's going to be things that he's not going to be able to sell, or it could potentially mess up a process that has like a long-term effect. And I didn't want that. So I tried to like come from a place of I don't know what I'm doing, and it's okay that I don't know what I'm doing, because you Ryan told me that it was okay that to ask questions, and you would rather me ask those questions than me do something completely wild.
I'd rather you ask than assume, and then
Yeah.
find out after that, you know, it might not have been right or it could have been better. Might not, because it's not always a right wrong thing. It's like a preference.
Yeah.
And
So-
sometimes I'm going to approach it. My preference is to do it in this way because I think it's the most efficient way, but it could be better. It could be more efficient. Like as you get into the nuts and bolts of doing it all the time, you figure out the most efficient way, because I mean, hopefully you want to do it more efficiently so that it, you know, whether it's better for your body of like doing the same repetitive tasks over and over, it's better, or you want to get done with that task so that you're on to the next task that's more enjoyable or whatever it may be. But
yeah. And then honestly, like I finally had the realization within the last year or two, especially because I was trying to force myself to make stuff to sell it on top of also doing my normal duties for Ryan. And I've come to the conclusion that as long as I'm doing something creative, whether that is work for somebody else or work for myself, that is how I satisfy that itch. And like learning that aspect of myself was huge, because I no longer felt the pressure to, okay, I'm going to make things to sell them, when really what I get out of the pottery side of things is the physical act of doing, and like the repetitive nature of, I mean, obviously I did a wide variety of tasks, but you know, the security of knowing, okay, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z to a certain extent. I'm going to have this certain routine in place when I walk in the door. I'm going to go Ryan Durbin. You know,
you couldn't hear that, but she was clapping in the dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Which came from somewhere. I can't remember. I think we found the origin of where that sound came from. That dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I'm no clue. I just started doing it because I wanted to
also not to scare somebody. I think you did it because you didn't want to scare me, or you scare Rachel.
Well, yeah, because every single time you guys walk in when I have my headphones in, it scares the crap out of me. You started flickering the basement lights as you came down the stairs.
You know what's funny is that like when I was at Spiegel, I used to work in the this back room, and we called it the pottery dungeon, or the powder dungeon. And they did not like that I called it a dungeon. It was not downstairs. But it was this like really tiny room, and I finally had to put a note on the door that said, if you come in, you have to flick the lights on and off, because they kept coming in and scaring the shit out of me. It was awful.
Like I could even not have my headphones on and just have my music playing, and like I turn around and there's Ryan, and I'm like, like, dude. hear me? No, I did not hear you.
Sorry. You're so
It's okay.
focused on your stuff. Yeah.
Brother, I lock in. Okay.
Which is great. I love that.
There'll be times where like I'm like putzing around with Ryan, and I'll go, all right, I gotta lock in. And then I just like walk away from him.
She'll be working in the back, like glazing or something, and I might be throwing or something. She's like, all right, I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna be on my headphones and, focus. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Did because the original, when you originally reached out, it was, hey, I've got these skills and I'm, willing to help in these capacities. This is what I can do. I'm willing to learn and all of that. And then you kind of get going, you figure out where what you're skilled in, and then I give you more tasks, see how it goes, give you more tasks, see how those go, and then we evolve it. And then I think we got to a situation, I don't know what sparked it, that you were like, why do I still go to this community studio? And then you were doing it for studio access, so we were doing that and trading it. How would you describe like the structure of how we did it, for access and pay and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Over time.
So so the exact start of this was that you had put a post out about maybe paying somebody to throw shot glasses for you. And there was a previous post, like maybe a couple days before that I didn't see, that said that you were also looking for a studio assistant. And I only saw the shot glass one, and I was like, I can figure this out. Like, just show me what to do. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
I got this. Like, and mind you, the insane confidence on that after.
That is amazing.
It's like the blind confidence, because for those of people that don't know, if you haven't figured it out already, I had never touched clay until 6 months before that. That was the first time I had ever touched clay. And I was like, I can do this.
I got this. The audacity.
Listen, but the thing was I exactly what Ryan said. I don't know if you saw them, like just recently saw the message. There have been times like over the years where I like scroll back to that first message where I literally I'm like begging you. I'm like,
I don't, was it an Instagram message? Because I can almost scroll back and probably see it, because I don't actually remember what the first message was, but I can scroll back and
you should read it out loud, because I already know it's really embarrassing, because I'm like, I know nothing. Please, 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 please. I can figure this out. If you show me what to do, I'm a sponge. Like, you literally said, I'm a sponge. I remember saying, I'm a sponge. Like, I can figure this out, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, hey, actually, I think it's probably best if you come in as a studio assistant first.
Actually, I have this other role that I think that might suit you well.
Yeah, and then that's how we started. And so, and then I think it was like maybe a year in, we did a reevaluation, of like where we were at and like what we needed to move forward with. And then
classic Ryan Durbin.
Yeah, it was great.
I think she brought it up,
or maybe I brought it up, because I had a review at my regular work, and we were talking about that. I was like, oh, we should do that here, so that way I know like whatever. Yeah. So we reevaluated. Because
you were still actively making it the community studio.
Yeah, and so I had said that I was interested in like taking a break from that, and I had decided to step away from the community studio just because, like, for time management sake, for like my personal time. And I got away from that big time, and then I think I threw like maybe one or two pieces randomly, because I had asked like if it was okay if I had done that just to get something done. And then it was maybe a year after that, you guys had a conversation about doing studio trade on the podcast, and I had heard that episode, or maybe I had listened to you record it, because that, like, there were times where I could still hear you, and like I was listening to you talk, and I was like, I'm wondering if he would be interested in something like that, because I do want to maybe start making stuff again, because I'm feeling like some kind of like spiritual obligation deep within me, where I'm like, oh, I need to be doing this. I need to be using these skills for my own work, you know. And so then we talked about it, and then we decided to do first day of the week. I don't get paid, but that goes towards my credit, quote unquote, of me being there and having full access to the studio. And then the second day that I work that week, I get paid my normal rate.
Mhm.
And if I only work one day that week, then I just don't get paid, which is fine, because then it still just covers the overall cost of the clay, the firing, the glaze. Because like I'm not bringing in my own materials. I'm just using yours.
Mhm.
And I was using your wheels too. And then about a year into that agreement, I got my own wheel, and we were luckily able to like adapt it for your business too, so that way it wasn't like such a burden on the space. So like it was being used in other ways. And then I got away from doing my own stuff because I was just feeling a little burnt out, and I felt like I was overextending myself in a lot of different aspects of my life. And I felt like the one thing that I could pull up on was doing my own personal work, because I was like dreading it. I was dreading doing my own stuff. And
Yeah, because
then,
you were already in there for 2 days. You were already in there for 8 hours a week, 2 days
yeah,
a week. You had a full-time job. Yeah, the whole time. So, and then
yeah,
you had weekends where you were doing a lot of. You had a busy schedule. So,
yeah, I'm going home to Cleveland, which is a 3.5 hour drive, once, maybe sometimes twice a month, depending on activities that my family has planned, or like I would have visitors come in from out of town. So it was just like a lot of trying to plan around my other aspects of my life, and that was too difficult for me. So it was probably about a 9 to 10 month span where I didn't do a single thing for studio access. And then you had approached me, I think it was in February.
yeah, I
And
think it was right after Becca, you and I did our podcast about studio assistants, hiring studio assistants, finding them, and paying them.
yeah, I didn't listen to
Shortly
Yeah.
after that.
that other episode for that.
Yeah.
Uh, but I like, you had approached me and you were like, "Hey, I've been like really thinking about it, and you're not really utilizing this, and you're technically paying into it and just like not using it." And it's like, no slight, oh yeah, like no shade at all, but I mean, I'd rather just pay you, number one, for the business aspect of it, because it's better on the financing side of things, because you could write that off for your taxing purposes.
I'd rather be paying you for. I was feeling guilty, honestly, and it
What's
was eating at me over time because I'm like, I understand her schedule is tough, and I want to reward you because you've been so integral for us for so long, and I want to equal it out in a way in which you deserve and you've earned. That
mm,
it's like she's never gonna make up the studio access that she didn't use. And I would rather give you more money to help you out than hold on to more of it and take advantage of, not take advantage, but like keep the same agreement that we've had for the longest time without
yeah.
you coming to me and asking to change it, you know?
I think if I wasn't so like burnt out in general and like ignoring health problems, I think that I probably would have utilized it more. But I was just ignoring so much. And when I was choosing to do my own stuff, and I never like felt afraid to tell you that I didn't want to do it anymore. I just like, it just like never crossed my mind, because like my brain was so empty
Yeah, you
all.
didn't say, we didn't have a conversation about like, I get fulfilled by helping you with your business and your studio, that I get a lot of value out of that, that I don't necessarily have to be making my own stuff.
Yeah,
And maybe you came to that realization at some point later, but
yeah. I never thought that I could like choose to not do my own stuff. I just felt like I mean, like, I gotta, but I don't
mhm.
really have to do that in order to be part of the community still. I mean, now I probably
100%.
will, but
Did you ever feel like you were leaving money on the table by not,
I mean, looking
or
back,
did you not look
maybe.
at it that way?
No, I never looked at it that way. Yeah, it was never a concern for me for that. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I think that we probably could have. I probably could have talked to you a little bit more about it, but honestly, it just I don't even know how to explain what was going on in my head because looking back at that time, I don't even know what was going on in my head because this is just my routine. This is what I'm once I get into a cycle, like it's really hard for me to break out of it.
Hmm.
So I think that was part of it.
And then if you had that feeling like, oh, I gotta talk to him about this, is that gonna change the cycle for the future
Hmm.
if I do that?
I feel like if I never I don't feel like I ever felt resentment at all, and I don't feel ever like I was slighted or I was taken advantage of. Honestly, I think there were certain times where I feel like I was taking advantage of you because I was just like, you're letting me use all of the stuff. Like I'm not gonna I hate to out you on this podcast, but like every free thing that you've gotten from wherever, I'm using it. My hands are going on it, okay? Whether it's for your business or just for my enjoyment, I'm gonna touch it and I'm gonna try it, and it might be mine now. So,
Hey, it's Taylor, here to tell you about another great way to improve your pottery making. If you've ever wished your carving tools were just a little more flexible, Bushcraft might be worth a look. The Dragonfly system from Bushcraft lets you either grab a single handle and blade to get started, or go with the Starter Detail Kit, which comes with 3 handles and 8 blades, so you can try out a range of marks and keep multiple tools ready to go. The handle feels really natural, more like holding a pen, and everything locks in tight. And when you want to switch blades, it's quick. You don't need any extra tools. They offer a lot of blade shapes depending on how you like to carve, from fine detail work to more aggressive cuts. And the nice part is, it's not expensive to keep up with. Replacement blades are affordable, so you can actually use them as much as you want. If you want to check it out, head to bushcraft.shop and use code BKWheelTalk26 for 15% off your order. That's BUSCHKRAFT.shop and use code BKWheelTalk26. Some exclusions may apply. Okay, back to the show.
yeah.
Sure.
I did find your original message, by the way. I had to
Oh, you
scroll
did
back.
read it.
I
Read
had to
it.
scroll back
let's
so
hear it.
far.
Oh my god, is it embarrassing?
All right, this is from January 5th, 2022. It was a story that I posted about looking for the shot glass thing.
Mhm.
So Erica says, "Hi, I'm super interested in this, but I don't have my own studio. I'm located in Cincinnati. I'm wondering if you already filled this position. I should have included that I'm currently taking classes at Covington Clay and have done 3 sessions with them. I know I'm a beginner, but I'm a fast learner and would love to learn from this experience."
Mhm.
All right, and
That was the
here,
most professional bag I've ever heard.
yeah, that
In my
was.
head, I'm like, I'd probably included, please, 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 please.
I And then my reply was, "Hey Erica, I'm scoping out a couple people now. Since you've already had some experience throwing and working in clay, would you be open to a studio assistant position I currently have open as well? That position would involve helping me with clay prep, mixing glazes, painting underglaze and slip-on pieces and other studio practices. This would be more of an hourly job and take up about 8 hours per week on average. We could also discuss having you throw some forms like shot glasses or spoon rests as you get your bearings and pay you per piece on those." And then I sent you the post with, the post that had all this stuff about the studio assistant. And it looks like I sent you a couple voice notes. I don't know what's in the voice notes, but it looks like there's like a minute and a half of that.
It was like I now that you're going through this, I remember it's like, hey, are you available to come into to the studio for an interview? And then it
Mm-hmm.
was whatever that it was I think it was like Saturday. I came in for an interview on Saturday, and then
You started on Monday.
I started on Monday. Like it was immediate.
Yes. You
It was
said, "I'm totally interested in the position. I hope that's okay that I'm available weeknights after 5:30. My full-time job is 9 to 5 weekdays, and I have class on Thursdays, so I could come evenings Monday through Wednesday and Friday. I could also do some weekends too if needed. But if it's about 8 hours, then shouldn't be too much to split it up. We can just work out the preferred days. If you want to meet up, I'm available this weekend or next week in the evenings." And then we got our contact info. So
How
Mhm.
did you how
we
did you
got that
find were you
set
like
up.
following him?
No, that's the crazy thing. Okay, so Emily from Boston, she was listening. She listened to the podcast, and she was the one that got me into pottery. She was the one
Oh.
that was. I was so sad, and she's like, "You need to take an art class, take a pottery class. You'll love it." And so I took it and immediately got hooked. And then, like, obviously 6 months later, she was listening. She's a long time listener of you guys, and she was following Ryan and you, but saw that Ryan was in Cincinnati. She's like, "Hey, is Northern Kentucky close to Cincinnati?" I go, "Yeah, it's the same thing, basically." So like I'm stalking Ryan on the internet about like where his business is. Like I saw you were teaching at Baker Hunt for a little while and like had done
Mhm.
like some stuff there. I'm like, this is maybe 15 minutes from my apartment. This is crazy. So and then it was like I think I started following you like maybe 3 weeks before you posted that, and then that's when it all kicked off. So like truly blind confidence,
Luck and timing and
luck and timing, blind confidence, and I know there's like a lot to be said about like if you're afraid of putting yourself out there like conversationally, it kind of hinders your development and being able to find different opportunities. But truly, I will just talk to anybody about anything, and even if they're like, "I don't want to talk to you anymore," then I don't take that personally. And I think that that's really what set me up for success, specifically for this journey that we've been on together, is because I'll just do whatever. I don't care. Like, so I moved to this apartment yesterday, and I go to a coffee shop that's at the end of my street that Emily and Chad recommended me to go to. I walk in, and I've been in there maybe one or two other times. It's propaganda. And I walk in there, and I'm very familiar because, when I come visit, we go get coffee together, da da da. But I just pretend like I have never been in there before. And the person at the front counter, they go, "Hi, wait, how can I help you?" Blah blah blah. I go, "You know what? I moved here yesterday. Tell me everything about this place." And they just started telling me all their stuff. They told me all their favorite drinks, all their favorite like flavor combinations that they found. Like they were telling me all like the special little things about their menu and blah blah blah. And they were so excited to tell me everything. And like I have no problem like being uncool like and not being mysterious, because I don't think that that's going to get me anywhere in my life, is trying to like would go with things left unsaid kind of thing.
yeah.
So, like I'm eating my breakfast sandwich at the counter, and like I'm talking to some of the other workers that have come out just to like see like who the heck is this person that's yapping at the front counter while everybody else is quietly working on their stuff in the rest of the part of the cafe. And I go, "Hey, actually, I need to go to a dollar store, and there's three in this area. Which one do you recommend? Because everybody has their favorite dollar store, and I need to know where the good one is?" And they're
Yeah,
like,
you're a part of this community now. You're
"Yeah."
like,
They're like, "What a great question. And go to this one on Sloan." I was like, "Perfect. Thank you." And then they were all like telling each other, "Oh, yeah, she just moved here. Oh, yeah, she just moved here. She's, yeah, yeah, blah, blah, blah."
and then they'll see you in like 3 or 4 days, and they'll be like, "Hey, Erica's here." Oh,
Yeah,
here's
exactly.
Erica.
And as I was walking out, they go, "We hope to see you soon." I'm gonna go, "Don't worry, you'll see me tomorrow." So like, I think that just like, um, I don't even want to call it confidence. It's literally not confidence, because I genuinely do not believe in myself, but
It's just kindness. It
it's
just sounds
just
like kindness.
I just want to,
Yeah.
again, I want to yap, I want to know what you're thinking. So, and like, I feel like that served me big time when I just like responded to your story and was like, "Please."
Yeah.
I think that's the part of minding your own business that's the good part.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody's like, "Ugh, mind your own business, like don't get into other people's business." But the more you do with good intentions, the in inappropriate ways,
Mm-hmm.
the more connected and the more like involved you are.
Mm-hmm. I
Because
feel like,
I mean, you know me, I'm the same way.
yeah, you walk up to people and you're just shooting the shit and you're having a good time. You're hee hee ha ha. And, I know that people have rebranded like being kind to strangers as like whimsy these days. And it's not really necessarily whimsy in my mind. It's just like you're a community member. So like participate in your community, be joyful. Everybody has a story of like a random stranger that came up to them that week and said something crazy or like in like a funny way, like not like something dangerous, but hopefully nobody has something dangerous said to them.
Yeah.
But like if you're in Walmart or something and they go, oh yeah, my niece really likes these onesies, blah, 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 blah. Did you know I took them to the park this week? We really like this one that's on this boulevard, blah, 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 blah. And then you learn so much just from those types of things.
Hmm. I feel like it's almost like a glitch in their routine as well. That
Mm-hmm.
they say, "Hey, what can I get for you today?" And nine times out of ten, it's the same kind of routine. But you're
Mm-hmm.
just like throwing a wrench in it, and you're like, "Oh, like they're genuinely like they're interested in this thing." Like, oh, okay, like, and it kind of gives them a little life again, rather
Mm-hmm.
than like breaking them out of their
My
robotic
favorite
responses.
my favorite thing to say to people, if I haven't like had some kind of personal conversation with them, but I notice that like they could potentially use a little bit of human connection for the day, is like a service worker saying, can I get anything else for you? I go, just your friendship. Or I also like if I'm in a drive-through and they say, okay, your total is blah blah blah, and I go, okay, here I come. Like, it's just like stupid little things that I hope this, whatever. Anyway, didn't mean to get on this part of the conversation, but
I always enjoy the little Raising Cane's call out. They're like chicken, chicken, chicken. What combo you picking or whatever? It's like,
yeah,
I mean, I come to expect it now because I've been there so many times. But like, if you come there for the first time and you hear that, you're like, what? Wait,
it's
what?
like, excuse me.
What's kicking? What combo you pick? Or
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, they
hot chicken. What combo you picking?
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
those little ways to build a little connection with each other is nice.
yeah, I feel like that definitely changed my brain chemistry to get me to where I'm at now. So
How does the we've done the Ensika together a few times as well. How have you felt about those situations and opportunities to do that? Because
um
it's a different environment than
yeah, it's definitely different. And I am so in my not in my head, I'm so like locked in again, yet again, on the pieces when I'm doing underglaze and slip painting, that I genuinely have to like make an effort to talk myself through different processes. And like it to teach when I was teaching you and Helena different things about the underglazes and stuff over the last few weeks, it was an insane effort to like actually not just do something and then back explain it. I'm like trying to explain it in the moment. And that's pretty reflective of the experiences that we've had at Ensika. Um, I, the first two, because we've been to four together, the first two we did, I was everything was so shiny and new and like was very like overwhelming because I didn't know how to prioritize the time that I wanted to do certain things. I would get to a point where I feel like I couldn't make a decision and I had to look at somebody else and be like, I need you to make this decision for me so that way I don't have to think anymore. And the last two times, which were Salt Lake and Detroit, Salt Lake, I started doing what just kind of like whatever I decided to do that day, which
you're
was
talking about
great.
as a conference goer in general.
Yeah, as a conference goer in general. And then Detroit I was not to be like I was there to do a job, but like basically I was like, I'm doing this because I love it. I'm excited to do it, but I'm gonna get in, get my stuff done, and then I want to be kind of far away from this because I was also in the process of trying to figure out like, am I going to have an exit strategy for this year or what's going to happen with that? And we had talked about like what the next few years would potentially look like for an attendance style of things. Like I was talking about maybe taking next year off from Baltimore and like whatever. And uh, you had kind of gone back and forth on whether or not that you were going to do the same. And I didn't want my decision to influence you. So it was like there were different factors that were going in other than like the actual demonstration side of things. The demonstration side of things with Speedball was fantastic. I remember the first year I felt like we just like ran out of time so quickly.
Hmm.
And I think that's what, when we had talked to Megan and the rest of the team at Speedball, we were like, hey, can we have like a little bit more time or whatever? And I think that's what opened up the time slots from an hour to 2 to 3 hours for us. And there were times where we would stay over too. If nobody was scheduled behind us, we'd be like, can we
Yeah.
just like stay?
Yeah.
So, and that was always so fun.
Because when I initially was doing, I think that might have been one of the first. I might have demoed for Speedball once or twice before,
Mhm.
but it was like I need Erica here to talk about the underglazes. I don't know enough. I would be speaking out of my. I would be out of my depth to be talking about the underglazes because I don't apply them. Erica does. So I'm
Mhm.
like, it makes sense for her to be here, represent herself, represent us, represent, her knowledge and what she can share
Mhm.
because she's the best person to do this. I can talk about the carving and stuff. I might be the face of the business and all of that, but like she really
Yeah.
knows the ins and outs of this product and she should be there. So
Yeah.
glad that
I
they were helpful and like willing to do that.
Yeah, that was honest. Like when you first asked me back in Cincinnati, like for Cincinnati and Sika, I was like, I can't believe this. I literally told everybody I knew. I'm like, guys. And but every single time, all four conferences, every time somebody came up to us during a demo, um, they would look at me while I'm painting, and I'm obviously using the Speedball products, right, while you're carving, and they go, this beautiful work. That's so cool. Blah blah blah. Those are really great. And I go, thanks. They're his. And I point over at you, and they kind of look at me like, what? So there were times where I was like, this is crazy that like I can have some ownership into this part of the process, and I feel like to a certain extent, like at any given point, every single one of your pieces over the last 4 years, my hands have touched it. And like, so like I got that kind of satisfaction out of that. And to be able to like express that at NCCA where people are coming up to talk to you and then or like people know that it's your demonstration, I'm there to help you, blah, blah,
Or
blah.
they just talk to you for the whole time and they don't even talk to me. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh no, they're like,
Well, the funny thing
yeah.
is they'll ask you like blah, 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 blah questions about application brushes and you go, I don't know, talk to her. Like,
Right. I'm like, she does all of this. You should ask her. She's the expert in this. So,
yeah,
she'd be happy to answer all of your questions.
yeah. And honestly, like I had told a handful of people this already, like even though like we're not going to be working on pieces like this together, and I'm sure the formula is going to continue to change over time and whatever, but like if people have questions, you can always ask them to me because I like yet again love to talk. So if you want to talk through something, I will help you. I'm happy to do that.
Yes.
So
Erica Irene K on Instagram, unless she changes it at some point, and then there's like a ceramic specific one. But yeah, that's where you need to be.
yeah, mine is strictly pottery and hot dogs right now. So
So many hot dogs.
yeah. So but yeah, it's kind of a surreal experience to go through NCCA at like in general, like as just like a regular conference goer, but it's a whole other world going in as somebody who's demonstrating. So it's
Yeah.
it's truly insane to have even had that experience. So
Sometimes I feel guilty when we give people advice about Nsika because like we've only ever done it once without being in it.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, or well, he's done it twice. I think he went to the one before we went to it together,
Yeah, I
but
think Pittsburgh and Minnesota were probably the two
Minnesota
that
was
I
my
was
first, yeah.
not involved as, presenter at all.
Yeah. And it's like we just really don't know the experience. It's like teaching beginners.
Hmm.
Like you don't know how they're feeling. They're probably fucking pissed,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah. I mean yeah, and it's hard to convey the awkwardness of like your first one where you don't really know a lot of people because
Yeah.
it is a hurdle to go there the first time or the first couple times, and a lot of it is like getting one or two people that you can connect with that you can kind of like, hey, can we like tag team
Hmm.
along
Mhm.
this experience together because it is very overwhelming and like you
Yeah.
feel awkward and it's it's stressful. There's a lot going on, so
Yeah.
I told Andrew last night that I was telling him about Nsika versus Clay Con West, like the difference. And I was like, yeah, in my first Nsika, Joe Bot was my bodyguard. Uh,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that your guys' online presence probably also opens you up to a really intense experience. And I know you guys have
Hmm.
spoke on this before, like where people come up to you and they are in the mindset of like they know you personally because they're on your phones every single day in some capacity. Or they're drinking out of your or drinking or eating out of your pieces or just seeing your pieces on display or whatever in their homes. Whereas like I'm like tailing behind Ryan, and I'm like bright eyed. For the first two, I was bright
you're
eyed.
probably not tailing behind me because I'm running late a little bit. But so you're in front of me and you're like, where the hell is
Facts.
Ryan at?
God damn it,
But
where's Ryan? But no, I like there would be times where I'd walk up to people and I'd start talking to them, and I feel like they just forget that I exist sometimes. So I'm like talking to them. I'm like, "Hey, it's so good to see you. Oh my god!" And they're like, "Who are you? Oh my god!" We've met a few times. It's okay.
it's okay. There's thousands of people. I
It's
get it.
okay. It's okay.
You get
It's
face
okay.
blind at some point.
It's okay. I'm gonna hand you this hot dog magnet, and then now you're gonna remember me from that. So,
Yes. Oh, you're the hot dog girl. Yeah.
oh yeah. Oh, you document every hot dog you've eaten since 2023. Congratulations. Antigua is a wild place. Almost a lawless place in some capacity.
I almost want like I would I feel like it would be nice for you to experience Claycon West to just see the difference.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. It's kind
Mm.
of tough for some people because of where it's located. It's like not convenient and you have to fly and the expenses and all that, but it's just different and it's hard to
Well, we met the organizers at the Salt Lake City NCCA, right?
yeah, Joe and Emily.
Yeah, and they are fantastic. So
Wonderful.
I feel like I would really enjoy just going just to be able to support them in this endeavor. But maybe one day. Honestly, I'm not gonna say no because world is my oyster at this point. It's just
Hmm.
about finding employment too to
Yeah.
it's this. So
Yeah, it's that narrower options, deeper connection, deeper conversation
mhm.
versus, and I don't know, it's hard to decide, oh, I'm not going to go this year, or I'm not going to go that year. Or which one do you pick between? And then, if you miss that one, then you're going to miss out on these connections that you've nurtured over the years. And whether it's, other makers or it's companies or whoever, like, the friendships, but also you can kind of nurture those in different ways without physically being there. Hey, folks, we're going to take a quick break and talk about one of our sponsors that help us keep this podcast going, Speedball. We're talking about the Studio Plus laces today. Becca's been testing them out. I am ready to test them out. I've got 4 bottles sitting right here on my desk. I'm going to try these out on my bee hydration cups that I've been working on very intently the last few months. They've been a fun project for me. So I've got tangerine, cornflower, mystic plum, and bumblebee. I got to get bumblebee in there. And I'm going to paint these on my B cups and see how they turn out. These range from firing temperatures of 0 6 all the way up to cone 6. So I'm going to be firing them on the top end of that temperature, see how they come out, try them on some different clays. And a lot of other folks are going to be testing them out this month and sharing them on Instagram for a couple weeks on the Speedball Instagram account. So definitely follow Speedball Ceramics Instagram account and see how others are using the Studio Plus glazes.
They have 18 different colors that fire in that temperature range from 06 to 6. And then if you're on that lower end of the temperatures and you want something else that might give you some variety, there are 6 other colors that range from 06 to 05. So those might be of interest to you if you're a lower fire artist, and give them a look. So if you want to check them all out, you can go to speedballart.com. And if you do, they have a new website and you can actually purchase on there. So if you'd like to purchase and save some money, we have a discount code specifically for Wheel Talk listeners, and you can save some money. It is Wheel Talk SB 2026. There are eligible items on there, basically everything but the wheels. You can use it on the glazes, underglazes, bats, tools, all those different things that we've talked about on the podcast and, given reviews for. Check those out. Give them some support. We definitely love them. We hope you love them. And before we get back to the episode, I have to do the little jingle. It's not going to sound as good as Becca's, but you'll just have to bear with me. It is SPEEDBALL, speedballart.com.
Yeah.
Right.
I also feel like there's something to be said about, allowing, this year, unless something is truly calling me to go to NCCA in Baltimore, I will be taking this year off, definitely. Because I will be just a spectator unless something very special happens within my employment and my life, So giving myself a year off, I feel like that'll also help me recalibrate like my appreciation for it as just like a normal conference goer. And I feel like I have an issue with saying no to experiences. And so the fact that I'm like pre-planning to say no is also making me feel a little bit more secure in that decision.
Right.
So, and I feel like a lot of people, like you had said, people like, I don't want to say like feel left out, but like you're missing an opportunity to connect with people that you're friends with online, and people are from all across the country, sometimes across the world. And this is your one shot to see them. But so it's kind of like a balancing of the FOMO,
Yeah. And also, I think one way, in a positive and in a negative, it's in a certain city. You're like, "Ooh, I want to go see that city." Unless you
Yes.
stay longer or get there earlier, you're not really going to get to see the city, in
No.
my opinion. And maybe that's just from the scheduling of NCCA for me. The last few years has been so hectic that you don't really get to experience the city.
Mhm.
But like I felt that way in Richmond. It's so booked with the schedule that you don't really see much of what that city has to offer. It just happens to be closer or further away from you with how you get there. So I'm like, oh, like, or somebody's like, oh, I don't really like Baltimore. I don't want to go to Baltimore, but if it's physically closer, it might benefit you. You might save a lot of money being able to travel there because you could drive there or whatnot,
Mhm.
or Spokane or whatever. Is it Spokane or Spokane?
Spokane.
Spokane.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, Spokane is beautiful. I want to go see that. And then you're like, well, you got to stay a little longer because you're not really going to experience that unless you
Yeah.
are intentional about it. And then if you stay
Yeah.
longer, are you exhausted from the experience that you're like, I can't really take advantage of my day or 2 days because you're really just resting after that.
Yeah, it took me fucking 2 weeks to get over and see this last time.
Mhm.
So keep
Yeah.
that in mind if you're thinking, oh, I want to see this city,
Yeah, I was able to like schedule in one local restaurant, and like everything else was just like quick meals or like things that we had brought to snack on or eating at the conference or stuff. And like I love finding like local cuisine and finding like the local spots. And me and Wilkerson were the like last two soldiers remaining in Detroit at the Airbnb. I was like, I've done a lot of research and this is the spot and we have to try it. I'm going, and you can come with me if you want, but I'm getting this for dinner. And he was like, I could see the hesitation. I could see him being like, I don't know. And so, but we got it, and it's this place called Polish Village Cafe, and it's in like not a great looking spot, and you have to go into the basement into like to get into the restaurant. But like the second you turn the corner into the basement, it's beautiful. It's like a dive bar that's like done up with Christmas lights everywhere hanging from the ceiling. It's gorgeous. Like it's like I got the tingles when we walked in. And we were talking to the bartender who also happens to be the owner and like whatever. And then we got our food and we go back to the Airbnb and we eat with his son, and there was somebody else that was there too. And we're eating and I black out because the food was so good that I'm like so intently eating this pickle soup, because that was one of the things that we got was pickle soup. And
Oh my gosh.
I like come to after I finished my entire platter of food that I had gotten, and I'm like, that was incredible. And Wilkerson was like, I cannot believe that you found this place. Like, and he'll sometimes still mention it randomly. He's like, thank you for your investment in the time of finding a good spot to eat. I was like, you're welcome.
There's nobody I'd rather do that with than Wilkerson. Like you were talking about how it's in like a sketchy area. There's nobody I'd rather be in a sketchy area than Brian Wilkerson.
We parked the car and he was like, are you sure that this is the place? I go, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I just like, have you seen Shang-Chi the Disney movie?
Oh, the Marvel one. I haven't seen it yet, but
Okay, well,
yeah,
this is so random, but this is exactly how I picture Brian Wilkerson doing something. Um the girl comedian, I forget her name, it's just one name, but Aquafina. Aquafina, they're like talking about in the show that like when she's in like an awkward conversation or awkward situation, or like somebody's about to get in a fight, she just starts singing Hotel California. And so like she's like about to get murdered by this like ninja, and she starts singing Hotel California on scaffolding like 55 stories up in a building. And that's exactly what I picture Brian Wilkerson doing in a time of crisis.
He would absolutely do that.
Yeah.
I can see that. On a dark desert highway.
Yeah.
Unless you know the opening to Hotel California, you don't know that it's Hotel California until you get to the "Welcome to the Hotel California."
Yeah. Amazing.
All right, Becca, what last questions do we have for Erica before we let her go?
Let's see. What will you miss the least?
I don't know. Oh, I think I will miss the traffic from the least of the traffic from going from my office down to Ryan's, because it's minimum, if there not a single other soul on the road, 30 minutes from the office to the house. But when there's traffic, because if anybody knows 75 at all, it's a nightmare to drive on. So minimum with traffic, it's 45 minutes. So then I was trying to pack my dinner for the longest time, and I would heat it up in my office microwave before I would get on the road. And then I would either eat it on the road while I'm driving or stuck in traffic, or I would eat it when I'm parked directly outside of his house, because the cats, as Marble is coming into frame right now, yes, would make sure that they get a bite of mine if they could. So I would eat it in the car.
It would be Marble. Marble would eat it.
Yeah, and now Bobby for sure. But I think that was like the hardest part, was like getting the timing down. But the thing is that like I don't think I would have changed my start time, because I would have gotten home later than I already did. And I think that was like probably the timing aspect was probably the hardest thing. So
yeah, because you always pretty much work 6 to 10.
Yeah, so it was 9 to 5, drive for 45 minutes, eat for 10 to 15, and then 6 to 10. So it was a full 13-hour day, 2 days a week.
Yeah.
So that was like really, and even then it's like I'm choosing to do that because I'm doing this for fun. So like, I'm doing this to myself.
And it wouldn't have made sense to do multiple 3-hour days, or I mean, I guess we could have
Yeah,
cut it shorter, but I don't know. It's hard to you
yeah,
you get a certain amount of flexibility with 4 hours.
yeah.
Like
Honestly,
and it's crazy how quick time goes too.
if we did a shorter period, I don't think that I would have liked that. Honestly, I think that there was like nothing that we could have changed about that at all. Like, I just think that if the office was physically closer, I think that that would have changed things for me.
Hmm.
So, but I mean, other than that, like, no, I, it honestly, one of the hardest decisions in this entire process was leaving Ryan and Rachel and
Yeah,
the business. It was just truly the hardest aspect of this whole thing. So,
I get it.
Yeah, the day that you
Mhm.
said it, Rachel, or you told me first, and then you told Rachel, and Rachel verbally said, "No."
yeah, she yelled at me. Also, there was another time where I came in with like really hot gossip, like 2 or 3 months before that, and I came in like a bat out of hell. I was like, "Guys, guess what? I have something to tell you." And she goes, "Are you quitting?" I go, "Why would you say that? Don't say that. I'm not gonna. No."
No.
Just
And
in
then,
And then you're
months.
like, "But if I did, what kind of reaction would you like me to
yeah,
come
I'm
in
like,
with? What kind of energy do
I'm
you?"
getting, I'm getting a gauge here. I'm getting a gauge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think the night that I told you, I I was feeling so awful, like, and I'm sure you probably could like tell that I was feeling awful, but like really just like couldn't get a grip, and I was gonna plan on telling you way later. I was gonna plan on telling you way later in the night, and then you were like, "So what else is going on?" And I go, "I gotta tell you something," and then I just started crying. My eyes.
Because not every night I am working side by side with you, or
No, you were in
because I
in the
might, yeah.
film area with me. I'm like, what? I need less forced proximity. Get away from me.
Well, you said you're gonna hate me or something.
Yeah, I go, please don't hate me. And then you guess it. You're like, you're moving to Cleveland. I was like, yeah.
You're like, I have something to tell you, and you're gonna hate me.
Yeah, that was a sad day. That was a tough day. You know what else was the other my last like regular day of work, we lingered so bad. Like you didn't even go upstairs to go make dinner with Rachel. I felt bad about that. And then like we just kind of like putzed around and like we're like
Hmm.
talking about literally anything we could think of, and I don't think I got out of there until midnight.
It wasn't that late, but it was.
It was
I think it
late.
was. Was it that late?
It was that late because I was walking into my apartment at 12:15.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
Wow.
so that's crazy.
Yeah, it's hard to. Yeah, you don't. I mean, you know that something is gonna happen at some point. Like somebody's gonna have to leave. Something's gonna happen. You can't. I can't know exactly how I'm gonna react, but I
Hmm.
can kind of prepare for it. But it's hard to know exactly what the realities of those
Did you
decisions are gonna
cry?
be. I don't think I cried that day. Did I cry that day?
I don't know, maybe.
Did you cry to
Or
Rachel later? He is very emotional.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't think so, but I mean, if I see somebody cry, it kind of tears me up a little bit. But
Yeah, yeah. I remember just a little wipey wipe. I don't know.
yeah,
I'm sorry for everybody that heard that. That just got burnt eardrums because of that.
It's okay. I've been full on cackling, and I completely forgot about mic sensitivity. So my bad.
No, you actually sound pretty good. I was just really close to the mic.
Yeah, yeah. You
Oh,
did.
whoops.
yeah, it's hard. It's hard to know, and obviously we'll miss you, and then we'll figure out the ways to keep in touch, and keep the friendship and all of that, and keep it going. It's just adjusting to you know.
Yeah, little did you know that now you have to drive 3 hours down to Cincinnati twice a month to see
Hmm.
Ryan.
I was asking Erica how many times she drove back to Cleveland last year, I think, and it was like It was like 30 times or something.
Yeah, so the Amtrak was doing a train study a few years ago to see like commuter rails from Cleveland to Columbus to Dayton to Cincinnati. And during the period that they were doing that study, I had calculated my own amount of times that I would have used it, and in like a 15-month span, I would have used it almost 40 times, and I'm talking like back and forth, like whatever.
Hmm.
So like that's I mean, and that was at that time, and like as my nieces and nephews are getting older, and like they're remembering more and more birthday parties, and they're like, well, why aren't you coming home for my birthday party, Aunt Erica? Like that's heartbreaking, you know. And then like my nephew Sawyer, he's like really into hockey, and like so he plays all the time. I never got to go to a game last year, and that was like really tough to explain to him, like I just can't make that work. So like I was going home all the time. So I think in the last year, I think it was like in the low 30s. Like I would say if I said I was going home 35 times within well, okay, no, that's a little bit excessive. I would say 30 times in a 12-month span. That's probably realistic.
And that's
So,
8 hours total round trip ish.
yeah, it's
240 hours of driving in a
yeah, it
year.
was it was tough. There were probably like 2 to 3 months in the last 12 months that I had gone home 3 times in 1 month.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that was a lot because also like on top of that, like I had like forcibly built a friendship life outside of pottery and my day job, and like I didn't have really any time with them, and like I felt like there were times where I was neglecting those friendships too, and like I wanted to spend time with them too. Like it wasn't like I felt like an obligation. It was like I wanted to spend time with them, I just couldn't, you know. So
Yeah.
so now we're gonna start with once a month.
Yeah, yeah.
See where we go. Actually, in August, I already have two trips planned to go stay with Ryan and Rachel.
Because she already has commitments that are for the tiki party's one, and then there's another trip that she's taking that she's flying
Yeah,
out of Cincinnati for. So it's like, oh, I'm not gonna rebook my.
yeah. The flight it would be more expensive for me to rebook it out of Cleveland than to just keep it and just drive down. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be coming down. That the groovy guest room will be getting good use from me.
Yes,
You know?
it
Nice.
certainly will.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah, and then as you're figuring out scheduling and stuff with family, it's difficult when you're single or when you don't have kids or whatever of like the expectations of, well, you're gonna come for this, right?
hmm
Or oh, well, like you can just, we've got these other things going on. We can take advantage and you do a whole weekend of it. You can see your group of friends here, and then you can see these people, and then these people, and we have a place for you to stay. Like it
hmm
becomes a oh well, like why wouldn't you? You're choosing not to do that to have a weekend where you're not traveling.
yeah, don't you want to do X, Y, and Z? And it's like, yeah, in theory I do, but I also like to spend time alone. Like, I like to go to the farmer's market by myself, and get breakfast on Sundays, and all this. Like, there's like these little things that I like forcibly have to keep just for. Well, now it's gonna be different, obviously, because I live up here. But there were things that I like forcibly kept just for me because I was doing so much interaction with so many other people and making so many other commitments to so many other people
Yeah.
that it was like if I did not like strictly make this me time, then I'd go nuts. So,
Yeah. Hmm.
but yeah, yeah, it'll look a little different, but that's okay. I'll come in as a spectator now to the studio.
Yeah.
You should just call Erica when you're working. Like
She
do
said she's
her
gonna call me on Mondays, maybe
Yeah,
Mondays and Thursdays.
FaceTime. Yeah.
I said that my body's gonna be wanting to spill the tea about what I've been up to at least on a Monday, if not 2 times a week.
Exactly.
So we be chatting. We'll be
Hmm.
chatting. Would you like to get on the call with us? We could do it a little 3-way call.
I'm good.
Ooh.
I'd be
That
down
would be
for
fun.
Yeah, to be honest, when we were going on certain days, and I told Erica this the last day she worked. I
that.
was like, I was like, Erica's gonna come in here. I'm not prepared for it. I'm like at a good even keel. She's gonna come in with all this energy and she's gonna want to talk to me. And I'm gonna be like, I don't want to talk, but she's gonna like, I'm not gonna tell her I don't want to talk, but I'm just gonna like, I got to do it. Like it's like that uncomfortable where you're like the uncomfortable with a hug and you like somebody hugs you and you're like, oh, okay. And then
You're
I'm
gonna
like,
feel my love, damn it.
no, it's good, it's good. Like I settle into it. I'm like, okay, she's got that energy. I can get past the, hey, how's it going? And then I'm just like, okay, it's good. Like we're
Yeah.
settled in. I was like worrying too much, and then that just becomes your routine. And it's like, oh no, she's gonna come in. We're gonna have a good time. We're either gonna be focused. I'll be heads down. She'll be heads down, or we'll gab back and forth a little bit, and it'll settle in. I was kind of like what I was saying when I was worried at that early. Uh, at the beginning, and I was like, she's going to take focus away from what I'm doing, and I'm not going to be as productive or whatever. But it works out, and it's like, and then you get the long term benefits of all the things that come with friendship and
Mm.
all of those things that enhance what you're already doing with the business and your life and your relationship with your spouse or your partner or whoever, and all of those things kind of intermingle.
Also, for anybody who's listening who's contemplating on helping me with employment, I want you to know that there are also days where I'd come in and recognize that Ryan did not want to talk to me.
She is self-aware.
I am self-aware. It comes in waves, but
But I know that at a minimum, you're going to come down the stairs and you're going to say Ryan Durbin, and then you're going to clap, 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 clap.
Yeah.
I know that that's going to be the beginning of pretty much every day that you're here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to see me or adjust, and then you're going to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or like if you text me, you're like, I'm recording, please don't do that. I'm like, okay, got it. Or like I like see you from a distance as I'm walking in from the main part of the basement, and I see your headphones are on. I'm like, okay, I gotta relax. I gotta just like go do my thing.
I definitely wish that you had never stopped doing it while we were recording, because how lovely would it have been to have just Erica just clapping
I
in the
come down
background.
like a cannon.
No,
like,
I would absolutely love that. Like every week, you know.
you're like an hour in, and you're talking to like some like extreme professional in the industry, and I come in and I go, Ryan Durbin.
It's like how the train used to go through Charles. Charles the
Yes.
train. It's like that. You know, we had a mascot, we had the train mascot, and then we have Erica, the mascot.
Exactly.
The human bullhorn.
Yes. Yeah, Becca would have enjoyed that. I would have probably got thrown off a little bit when I hear it because I'm like, okay, it's 6 o'clock. Oh, okay, I hear her upstairs. All right, she's coming in. All right, when's she gonna say it? Is it gonna break the flow of the conversation if I hear this or they hear this and they're gonna be like, what the hell is that? Oh, it's just Erica. Okay, then you come to expect it.
Yeah. I will say, so I've come to, there have been times where I do like coming in quietly while you're doing the podcast, because you'll have the lights off in the studio most times, and I'll come in and turn the lights on, and I can see your eyes, because the way your desk is situated,
Yep.
I can see your eyes flick up into the window where the door is for the studio, and sometimes I'll just stand in the window and put my face in it, and
Yes.
wait until you see that it's me, and then I go, hi, and then I walk away.
Yes.
I'm here.
You did that multiple times.
Yeah. Oh, so good. And then there have been times where the doors are closed and the cats are going, let me out, let me out. And I'm like, there's another door, go this way, please go this way. So I'm trying to like make the least amount of noise as possible. So yeah.
Yes.
Good times.
Well, Erica, we will miss you. It is not the end though, because we have other things in the works, so we'll see how that develops. But
yeah, we have other plans.
yes. So
Oh, good.
I don't think this is the end of Erica and obviously our friendship, but like the RD Ceramics situation.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that develops. But
It's a long life, baby. It's a long life.
yes. We can't get rid of each other.
No, I'm like glitter. You cannot get rid of me. Okay. Once you have me, you can't get rid of me.
Yes.
So, but yeah, it's been an incredible journey, and I know I've told you so many times of how grateful I am, but I can't stop talking about it because it really did change my life. So I'm very grateful for everybody being so kind to me all the time, including you guys. And it's been super fun. And I can't wait to see all of our projects that we do together. It's going to be so great.
Yes, it is.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, Becca, any last words?
Oh, I love you.
Oh, I love you too. I'm going to cry. It's great. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry.
We love you too, Erica. You've heard this a lot the last few days, though. Like, so many people around you the last few days.
I am very, very lucky. Very lucky. So,
well, I'm probably gonna cry too. We are equally lucky.
And now I can't look at you all without tearing up. I gotta get some water.
He's just going out of frame so that we can't see him cry. Loser. Be vulnerable with us, Ryan. Oh my gosh. Can you believe it's been 4.5 years?
No.
I know.
And also, I want you to know that whatever you've gotten out of this experience, the people around you have probably gotten more.
Thank you for saying that.
I mean it.
This experience really, really changed my life.
Yeah.
To be friends with both of you is truly a joy in this life.
We love you.
I love you guys.
And I didn't even get to see you every day.
I know. Okay, wait, I have a question for you, Becca. We're gonna expose Ryan right now. When you record and I text Ryan, sometimes, most of the time I'll text Ryan back and I say, okay, tell Becca I said hi. Does he tell you?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, good.
I was gonna say more than likely. I would say it's probably half and half.
Good.
Yeah, it depends on if it fits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's a moment for it, good.
Yeah.
Because I'm always thinking of you.
Yeah. We are two peas in a pod, that's for sure.
Yeah. Can't have one without the other, you guys.
Yeah, maybe there's a reason that you all like help me out in this. Like, I think there's something here.
Yeah, because we're the same human being.
Exactly.
Just one of us has more anxiety and one of us has more depression.
Flip a coin, baby. Flip a coin.
One of us listens to fucking BTS and one of us watches Star Trek. It's fine.
We do stand BTS still. After everything.
After everything. They kept. Yeah. Ryan, what do you got to say?
No, we're lingering. I was gonna say I don't think I'll fully like take it in until we have those days where Erica would have been here and she's not here.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of have this week where we're helping her move and all that.
He's gonna cry.
Be vulnerable with a group.
It helps because I haven't had to talk while y'all are doing that. Yeah, it's just like prolonged and then
We're a fucking hot mess express over here, all of us. It's okay, people can sit in silence.
Yep. Yeah, they're good. They're good.
yeah, I think it'll just take time to see the full effects of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna
Yeah,
stop
we're
recording.
good.
Yeah, thank you, Erica. We love you so much. And like all of this that we've done the last few days of helping you move on to this next chapter is like there's no like feeling like it's obligation or something that we had to do or like something I would complain at all about. Like we wanted to do this.
Yeah. I didn't do any of it, but I know that he's telling the truth.
For those that don't know, Ryan and Rachel helped me final packing my apartment and loaded the moving truck and came up with me to my parents' house and then went to my new apartment and unloaded. And it was so huge. I don't think I could have done it without them. So
And it's not the first time he's done this.
yeah,
He did it with me too.
he's very giving and kind soul.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Thank you both. All right.
Okay.
Are we officially done?
Yeah, I guess this is a great time to announce that we're officially ending the podcast. We can't.
Hey everybody, we're done. Thanks. I'm never doing this again. How dare you make me cry like this?
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Thanks everybody for listening.
Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you, Erica.
Okay.
Bye.
Hey, y'all. Thank you for listening to the show. And we also want to thank Lindy and Ashley for all their help with everything that they've done over the years for Whale Talk. They are our Instagram heroes, and they answer all your questions and then send them to us if we need to. And we also want to thank you for listening and also participating. If you want to support our show, the best way to do that is to send us questions and to review us on whichever platform you are. So we haven't had very many reviews so far. I mean, you can even leave us a bad review. We'll make fun of you, but you can. And sending us questions always helps us with every episode that we do so that we can make it the best that we can. I hope you enjoyed the episode today, and I hope you enjoy this season.